Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video, and in today's special episode, the long-awaited versus battle you guys voted for is here. In the red corner, weighing in at 265 pounds, 120 kilograms, it's Yujiro Hanma, the strongest creature on Earth. In the green corner, weighing in at 303 pounds, 137 kilograms, it's Broly, the Legendary Super Saiyan. In this battle, death is the goal of each opponent. It's time for an all-out brawl, starring yours truly, SSJ Ryaku, and my assistant, Rochella.
All right, everybody, listen up and listen good, because I'm not repeating myself. This may be a death battle, but there are rules that both of our contenders must follow. Rule number 1, both contenders will not have allies and must solely rely on themselves. Rule number 2, combatants have no prior knowledge of each other unless specified by Buchanan lore. Rule number 3, both characters will lose all moral restraints, though that won't be hard since both of these two are cold-blooded killers. Now that I've stated all the rules, you guys go have fun or something. I don't know.
In this section, we'll be going over the origins of each character, starting with Broly. Broly was a small, innocent baby Saiyan who was upset by the crying of another Saiyan, that being a Saiyan by the name of Kakarot. However, little did Broly know what was going to happen. In the throne room, Paragus found out that King Vegeta was going to execute Broly because Broly was stronger than his son, Prince Vegeta. Paragus begged King Vegeta not to, but King Vegeta refused to listen and blasted him away with a ki blast. King Vegeta went to the nursery where all the Saiyan babies were born and picked up baby Broly by the leg and stabbed him. However, Broly survived, and when planet Vegeta was being destroyed by the galactic tyrant, Frieza, baby Broly became upset and carried his father to safety. However, Broly wouldn't be the same after that, as he was traumatized and now has PTSD. He then caused nothing but chaos and mayhem that terrified his father. In fact, his reign of terror was so terrifying, he destroyed all of South Galaxy in a short time span, which is a whole quadrant of the universe. In hopes to keep Broly in control, Paragus made a device that goes around Broly's head and keeps him in control when needed. After that, Broly and his father, Paragus, reside on planet New Vegeta. Yujiro was born to a mother who was R-worded by his father, Yujiro Hanma, who was a soldier in World War II. As a child, Yujiro suffered abuse and neglect from his mother, which led to him developing a deep-seated hatred for humanity. He also witnessed the death of his father, which further fueled his desire for power. When Yujiro was 16 years old, he went to war to fight and develop his skills. He was in the Vietnam War, where he fought against the Americans and met Jane, the soon-to-be mother of Jack Hanma. However, after the Vietnam War, America tried to get rid of him and sent all of their best units against him. But it was useless, as Yujiro defeated all of them. As a last resort, America turned to Biscuit Oliva, who was a powerful man and a VIP convict in the Arizona prison. Oliva introduces himself to Yujiro when they meet, and the young fighter lets him know that he knows who Oliva is. They fight, and Yujiro runs away. After that, America forms an alliance with Yujiro. Yujiro then appeared at an elegant event where he met Emi Akizawa, the soon-to-be mother of Baki Hanma, to which her jealous husband got mad at him and spilled champagne on his suit. So in retaliation, Yujiro kissed Emi. Lorion Grassi then tries to defend Ichi's honor by challenging Yujiro to a fight, but sadly, Yujiro beated him easily. After that, Yujiro leaves, doing whatever he wants to, with no one to stop him. This section is very interesting, as we don't know Broly's lifting strength, but Rochella does have a good estimate. So, Rochella, explain how you measure strength.
To explain how I measure strength via lifting objects, and I consider lifting the thing casually as using 1% of your full power. So, for example, Broly, in his Legendary Super Saiyan form, casually lifts a Saiyan pod, which is estimated to weigh the same as a small car, so 2,500 pounds, or 1,133.98 kilograms. Now, to explain the multiplier for Legendary Super Saiyan, there are two types. The Z version, which multiplies the full base strength by 80, and the Super version, which multiplies the full base strength by 100,000. So if he casually lifts a Saiyan pod, which is estimated to weigh 2,500 pounds, or 1,133.98 kilograms, as I said before, that would mean, by my logic, he can lift 113.4 metric tons, or 125 US tons, at full power in his Legendary Super Saiyan form. However, you'd be surprised by the sheer strength of Yujiro Hanma, because this man casually lifts a Sikorsky CH-53E Super Stallion, which is a helicopter that weighs 15 metric tons, and by my logic, that would mean he can lift 150 tons at full power, which already dwarfs Broly. But then add the Beeman back transformation, which multiplies the user's base strength by 2.5, and he can lift a total of 375 metric tons, meaning he far surpasses Broly in strength. So that puts an end to this category with Yujiro as the winner.
Now, to put it short, Broly wins by a landslide. Rochella, tell us the reason why.
The reason why is because Yujiro Hanma has caught an arrow while it barely moved and dodged lightning bolts. So he's estimated to be hypersonic, which is Mach 10 to Mach 5. So to be generous, we'll give him Mach 10 speed. Well, even at Mach 10, Broly dwarfs his speed by an unbelievable amount in just his base form. I estimate Broly's speed to be 1,117,734,723.75 miles per hour, or 1,798,819,671.26 kilometers per hour. And the reason why I estimated this to be just his base speed alone is because, as a baby, he managed to fly away from Planet Vegeta's explosion quick enough for him and his father to be unscathed. Then he managed to destroy all of South Galaxy in just a few seconds. So then imagine that speed multiplied by 50 thanks to the Super Saiyan state. Then he's faster than light and immeasurable at this point. So that puts an end to this category with Broly as our winner.
Now, this category is also cut short because obviously Yujiro is smarter, since it states in Baki that he's the smartest creature on the planet. So I figured I'd give him the highest human IQ recorded. So, 300. Meanwhile, Broly is average IQ, so 100. Now, for battle IQ, this is hard because both adapt crazy fast to their opponents. But I'm going to give this one to Broly because unlike Yujiro, who hasn't fought threats that are like Goku, Z Broly has not only fought Super Saiyan Goku, but also Super Saiyan Gohan, Super Saiyan Future Trunks, Piccolo, and even Super Saiyan Vegeta at the same time and didn't even get hit because he was dodging fast enough for both Goku and Piccolo to not be able to hit him. So that puts an end to this category with Broly as the winner. This one is really tough because these characters have some insane stamina, with Yujiro fighting Baki for 43 minutes and 5 seconds non-stop, and Broly fighting all of the Z fighters for 12 minutes and 54 seconds. Now the difference is that Yujiro was fighting one person, while Broly was fighting 5 different people at once. Now this one was so hard I literally had to get other people's opinions. Now most of them said that Broly's feat was more impressive, so I went with that instead. So Broly wins this category. Now this one is pretty difficult. Yujiro literally defeated the entire US in the Vietnam War by himself. This man has the endurance to fight an entire war on his own. Broly obviously could do this too since he's a Saiyan, but also Yujiro was 16 when he did this. Yes, you heard me right. He was 16. Now, obviously, Broly still could have done this since, as a kid, he had access to Super Saiyan. However, if I'm being honest, I'm going to give this point to Broly because he's a Saiyan, and Saiyans are more built for battle than humans. Okay, this one is also difficult because these two have some insane skill feats since they both have defeated their protagonists. Now, you're probably saying that Broly actually lost to Goku, but here's the thing. Broly was literally brutalizing Goku for dozens of minutes, and Goku only won because of plot. In fact, Broly had knocked Super Saiyan Gohan out, Super Saiyan Future Trunks out, Piccolo, and Super Saiyan Vegeta out, which all of them combined are definitely stronger than Goku. Now, Takao Koyama, the guy who brought you Broly, had said in an interview that Broly was the strongest Dragon Ball Z character and that he only kept losing because he was becoming too confident and left an opening for Goku to use against him. So, by that logic, Broly has a 50-50 chance of winning this category, because his skills make him the strongest and he gets overconfident. So, we'll just put it at a draw. This one is pretty obvious. Broly. Why? Because he's got ki, flight, and powerful lungs. That's 3 things that, from what I've seen, Yujiro doesn't have. And if he has powerful lungs, he still doesn't have ki or flight. So, Broly wins this category. Now, we don't know Yujiro's age, but we have some estimations. Rochella, tell us the estimations.
Yujiro is estimated to be 37 years old, while with Broly, you do basic math. Broly was born the exact same day as Goku, meaning he's the same age as Goku, and the Broly movie takes place during the Cell Saga, specifically the 10-day period before the Cell games begin. Goku, during this time, was 29, which would mean that Broly is 29. So by that conclusion, Yujiro wins since he's been fighting for longer than Broly, with a more diverse set of opponents.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, the decided winner of this competition. You've heard their origins, strengths, and weaknesses, and now it's time to find out who the true winner of this death battle is. Will it be the strongest creature on Earth, Yujiro Hanma? Or will it be the legendary Super Saiyan, Z Broly? Only one way to find out. Rochella, who's the big bad winner of our death battle?
So we have our results, and judging by the analytics, Broly wins. He outclasses Yujiro in a lot of these categories, ties him in one, and only loses in one, meaning Yujiro is screwed. Broly is only outclassed in strength, and that's it. While yes, strength is one of the biggest factors in a fight, it ultimately becomes useless when you don't have the skill, speed, or battle IQ to back it up. So with Yujiro only having strength against Broly, he can't win, making Z Broly our winner.
Truly, defeat me with so little power.